We were very critical of CNN for the way that they handled their CNN town hall. I know some people don't think that they should exist under any circumstances, and I understand the arguments that are made there. But if you're gonna have them, does it have to look the way that CNN's town hall looked? Does it have to be Donald Trump being allowed to absolutely steamroll people to mock sexual assault victims, his victims, by the way, while he is cheered on by hundreds of people who definitely own a red hat? I think that's an important question to ask. And according to interviews that have been conducted behind the scenes, the way that it ended up was not an accident at all. It was by design, by the specific design of CNN CEO Chris Licht, who Tim Alberta of The Atlantic does a little bit of setting the scene about Chris Licht taking over for CNN, what he wanted to accomplish as his mission, and why that informed the CNN town hall that they did. So he says at one point, Licht had lost the confidence of his own newsroom. Because of this, he had come to view the primetime event with Trump as the moment that would vindicate his pursuit of Republican viewers while proving to his employees that he possessed a revolutionary vision for their network and the broader news media. That is definitely what his mission was. And how many CNN viewers do you think know that? Know that CNN has been actively trying for some time to win over right-wing viewers by bringing on discredited liars about things like elections and that sort of stuff to be on their panels, doing forums like this. It's not obvious to them necessarily. But anyway, he says that Trump and Licht spoke backstage before the town hall. Licht told him, have fun. And it does seem like Trump did in his defense.
Oh, he did.
So we're going to say Licht wasn't scared to bring a bunch of MAGA enthusiasts onto his set. He had remarked to his deputies in the days before the town hall about the extra Trumpy makeup of the crowd CNN was expecting, and he damn sure wasn't scared of Trump. The way to deal with a bully like Trump, he told his journalists, was to confront him with facts, as if that has ever been the solution to any problems. It should be in a reasonable world, but Chris Licht knows that that's not the world we live in. So after the event, speaking to Tim Alberta, he said he had no regrets about the extra Trumpy crowd or letting the audience cheer at will, or even devoting the first question to Trump's election lies, despite the fact that Trump was obviously gonna keep pushing the lie that he won. And that was all during the actual debate. He filled the crowd with Trump fans on purpose. He knew days in advance that's what they were gonna have. He doesn't mind it after the fact. But it was even just outside of the actual town hall that there were problems. A lot of people behind the scenes at CNN noticed that the pregame and postgame panels were stocked with people that normally aren't on there, specifically seemingly to appeal to Donald Trump. And it goes beyond even that. At one point during the pregame show, the words sexual abuse appeared on the CNN Chyron. One of Licht's lieutenants phoned the control room. His instructions stunned everyone who overheard them. The Chyron needed to come down immediately. I will remind you, Donald Trump had been found culpable for sexual abuse. A massive story, not disputable, that they could not accurately report on because of Chris Licht and his team. Francesca, what do you think?
This story I think was fascinating. The entire Atlantic profile of Chris Licht, and like it's just sort of another like cavalier corporate suit who wants to make his legacy and thinks he's the one that's gonna pull the sword from the stone. He's got it all figured out. Yeah, I got it. Okay, I'm coming over from the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Calm down. I can do this. And no, he fell into the literal sand trap that we all saw was there, that's been there for years, and there he is writhing around in it. And you got it at the end of this article, which I think everyone should read. Nothing really surprised me again, because it's just, yeah, we've known CNN's been trying to do this pivot for a while, but why? It's Zaslav. It's David Zaslav, the head of CNN and Time Warner Discovery. I don't know what the new thing is, that conglomerate that's pulling the strings ultimately, that's telling him what he wants and where he wants to go with it. And Chris Licht is trying to be like, no, it's me. I wanted to do a new thing. And apparently he doesn't have any kind of personal pizzazz or sort of camaraderie in the newsroom to sell any of the things that he's trying to do. So again, it's just sad and predictable, and like Americans are the ones who get screwed over by this. Here's the thing about trying to I'm gonna confront him with fact. Yeah, it's like if a bully is telling you like, hey, you wear your mom's panties, and you're like, good point. But interestingly, my mother's panties are actually in her drawers in her room, and I do not have access to those drawers because my underwear are in my drawers. Anyway, I win. Like, oh yeah, you just confronted it real good with fact. No, the only way to confront Trump, if you're mainstream news, which they'll never do, is to bully him back, is to actually kind of call him names and call him on his BS, and then cut his mic if he lies to you. But because they'll never do that, they understand the only thing they can do is just not air him, because otherwise they'd have to step out of their journalistic role and fight fire with fire.
Yeah, don't air him, or don't air him in an unfiltered live environment.
Of course.
Like if you want to do it pre-recorded and if you can't do it in real time, then take the time to respond to each of the lies that he's told, then maybe that would work. But also don't necessarily put a crowd of people to whoop and cheer like insane baboons in the room. Because again, it's like acting like, well, he makes a claim and we say a fact, and so it's even. No. First of all, his base doesn't care about the facts, which is a problem bigger than CNN, obviously, but it is definitely true. Making the false claim gets him what he wants. I loved your panties example. I would add, it's like if somebody shoots me in the chest and then I say, hey, that's illegal. They don't care. They shot you in the chest. Yep. They got what they wanted already. Yep. And he knows all of this. So it's actively dishonest rather than simply ignorant. Anyway, we'll see what happens to the next one. Maybe they'll be more responsible. Maybe Jake Tapper will be there.